online items to sell, and a portion comes back to the band. So if you have any questions, I will be here all night, and feel free to find me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dawn. I'd like to take this time to thank Kathy and Jeff Chambers for opening their house to us. That was wonderful. We appreciate that. And thank you to all the Rose Parade committee members and band boosters and all that. I appreciate you being here tonight also. And one thing for the Temple City section, I want you to know, it's about halfway through the parade, and those kids really, really need your cheering at that time. Last time the band went, that gave them all the energy they needed for the end, to make it to the end of the parade, and not one kid dropped out. So we encourage you to be in that section and cheer our kids on. Now I'd like to introduce Kathy Perini, our superintendent.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting the band and our involvement in the 2015 Rose Parade. We're very excited about that opportunity, not only for the city, but for the school district, and obviously for the high school as well. I have some introductions I'd like to make at this time. I'm going to go quickly, and I apologize that they're not in any particular order, but we wanted to be sensitive to everyone's time and having the opportunity to enjoy themselves and hear from Tournament President Rich Chinen as well. First of all, as I said, I'm going in just a random order. From our school board, Vincent Bell. From our city council, Tom and Chavez and his wife Jane. Part of the Chinen Ferntile Summers family. We have Steve Summers and his wife Laura. I'm sorry, Scott. Steve Summers is a friend of mine. From our school board, Bob Ridley and his wife Tessie. Acting Assistant Principal at Longden School, Nancy Hong. Principal of Temple City High School, Mary Jo King. (2004) Tournament President Mike Riffey and his wife Ann. Another Ferntile family member, Maggie Ferntile. Secretary of Temple City High School, Kathy Mashinsky. From our district office, Assistant Superintendent Kate Franceschini. An important part of the Summers contingent, Fred Summers, Mr. and Mrs. Fred Summers, his wife Pat. Sorry, the print is small and you know how eyes work. From our city council, Fernando Vizcar and his wife Joan. From our city council, also Cindy Sternquist. Here as well. Thank you, Greg. From our chamber board, Margaret Healy. From Longden School, Aiden Rudd, Principal Aiden Rudd and his wife Terry. And if I've missed anybody, I apologize very much for that. I'm now going to introduce President Rich Chinen from the Tournament of Roses and his wife Kim.
Thank you, Kathy. It's a real privilege and an honor for Kim and I to be here, and we're very thankful for not only the pride of Temple City and the marching band and the pageantry corps participating in the 2015 parade, but all of you. It takes a community to support a great program like the marching band. This is our quickest trip to see a marching band. We've been to Helsingborg, Denmark, We have been to Hershey, Pennsylvania. We have been to Blue Springs, Missouri, and we just returned from Broomfield, Colorado. We will be going in a couple of weeks to Austin, Texas, and then to Cincinnati, Ohio, to Nara, Japan, and then to Veracruz, Mexico, and a number of other places across this country. One of the things that we've been able to learn, and Mike and Ann have shared this wisdom with Kim and I, is that you will be visiting not just places where there are great marching bands, but places where there are great people and great communities, because that's what support the marching bands and the music education that goes on. We realize that so many school districts and so many cities have choices to make in their education. Oftentimes, extracurricular activities, music, education, fine arts, sports get cut. But as we've learned from the many communities that we've been involved in already, and looking forward to the many to come, the fabric of the community lies with these kids. And the fabric of the community for the future oftentimes comes from those students who aren't necessarily getting the top scores in their SATs or their ACTs. Oftentimes they're those kids who are well-rounded, who have the discipline to get up every morning, to go to band camp in the summer, to stay late, and to participate in so many of the rehearsals, the practices, and the performances. Met a band director from Blue Springs, Missouri. His first chair trumpet player, his mom came up to him and said that her son was not going to be able to participate in the spring with the music program because he was trying out for the varsity baseball team. She thought he was an awfully good pitcher. And the band director said to the mom, "That's great. Whenever he wants to come back, we'll have a spot for him. But just remember this. He practices every day with the baseball team, just like he would with our band. With our band, he will be first chair and he will play at every performance. He may never ever get to pitch in a game." There was a gentleman that we met just recently in Broomfield, Colorado. There's a mom and a dad. The dad said he wasn't comfortable being at the same dinner table with us. He just was a shy gentleman, but his son was in the band. He's a sophomore, and he's in the drum corps, plays the drums. And after we got going at the dinner, he and his wife had won this raffle to be at dinner with the band director and his wife and Kim and I. He said twice during that dinner to the band director, "You changed our son's life. Band changed our son's life. We tried scouts, we tried a number of things, but band changed his life." He said he's not on time anymore, he's always early. He doesn't check his computer all the time. He's not playing video games. He's studying or he's practicing his instrument. There's a young man that just lost his mom, Tommy. We were able to meet him as we're signing posters. His mom died of leukemia, and shortly before his mom was found to have leukemia, his parents split up. Every day, just to be at band practice, he took the light rail from Littleton, 26 miles south of Broomfield. He usually had to leave at 5 a.m. just to get to practices. The band director told us about this story, and he said, "You know, we knew what was going on, and we thought It was amazing that he was there. And we basically told him, you know, you need to take care of your mom. You need to stay with your mom. And he said, this is my family, and this is where I need to be, and this is where his mom wanted him as well. The music committee every year goes through about 100 different applications from around the world. People that want to be part of the Rose Parade. We get down to about 30 or so, and the music committee calls Kim and I in, and they make their recommendations. Certainly Temple City has had a history with the Rose Parade, and it's been a wonderful history. I was actually part of the music committee when Temple City came in 2004. We knew that people knew what the connection was, and I said, you know, treat them, the Pride of Temple City, like any other band that you have in your list. And they made the cut. So they will be one of the 20 marching bands marching in front of 60 million people. As far as a domestic TV audience, another 25 million outside of the United States, and 700,000 people down the parade route. We're so proud of the Pride of Temple City. The individual band members and the community that supports the band is so important to us. This can't happen without a community of support. This year's theme for the 2015 parade is Inspiring Stories. And it pays tribute to the community of people like you. Those who sacrifice so much, give of themselves so much. I know the band boosters and the band parents who give so much of their lives to help support kids, even well beyond their kids participating in the band. And we've met some of you tonight, so thank you so much for doing that. Because inspiring stories continue to come our way throughout all of our trips. We're just amazed, and we bring them back. People like Tommy, people like the gentleman who is the father of Justin, who continues to say and marvel at how much band has changed his son's life. We don't have a grand marshal yet, but we're looking for someone who has an inspiring story. Many of you are inspiring stories to so many around, so thank you for that. I'd like to share with you the theme poster. If Kim could come up, and you can't see it, but you will. So what the poster depicts is, it was very difficult to come up with what the poster would look like. We came up with 2 words after 7 years of thinking about it. But as you can see, you see the iconic rose. The lettering, Inspiring Stories, is of sort of a silver foil material. It allows everyone who looks at the poster to pause and think about themselves as inspiring stories. All right. The background is a mosaic. And the background, the mosaic, basically has a number of pictures, little pictures, of tournament volunteers. When you think about what we do in this community, as I've traveled, I spoke at a conference in Nice, France, because as you know, we just celebrated our 125th Rose Parade and 100th Rose Bowl game. 125 years ago, the Rose Parade was started, the seed, the thought was started when one of the members of the Valley Hunt Club traveled to Nice, France to see the Bataille des Fleurs, the Battle of the Flowers. And he said, we ought to be able to do that in Pasadena. Let's decorate these carriages in flowers. And what we saw back there, it seemed like it hadn't grown much in 120. Actually, they've been around for 140 years. When I met with the city manager and the mayor, we talked about what the Rose Parade was like, and they were just amazed that there were so many people around the world who admired and revered what we do here. And we started talking about numbers and dollars and the organizational piece of putting the Rose Parade on. And I said, really, it's about the volunteers. It's about the community that gives so much to the Tournament of Roses. And it's just not the members, it's those who go and decorate the floats and volunteer to do so many great things, like you do with the band, the equestrian units, the sponsors who do this. He said, there's no way we could ever do anything like this. I said, we couldn't either if we had to pay for it. We couldn't pay to do what we do. It's because of the dedicated effort of so many people around this community that we can put on the spectacle that we put on. So, what I'd like to do now is to say thank you and congratulations to the Pride of Temple City. Bert, I'd like to present to you the tournament flag. On behalf of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Association, we are so proud to have the Pride of Temple City and the Pageantry Corps march in the 126th Rose Parade on January 1st, 2015.
We have a spot on the wall just for that flag. I know it's going to fit. And this is our current band president, Demi Gonzalez.
Mr. Chinen, we have 2 gifts for you and your wife, and from the Pride of Temple City. And we really appreciate you for choosing one of ours. It's great, and we're really excited. So thank you.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Kim. Just a couple other announcements. I think that everyone's noticed that there is someone here taking pictures without a phone, and that would be our distinguished photographer, Mr. Jerry Jambazian. Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Couple final announcements and then a thanks. The Kukui beads with the tournament logo are available for sale over here for $15. Another exciting part of the evening is the handmade desserts that Kathy Chambers and Susie Takeda made, and they're right over here. We don't want anybody to miss. You can take a small to-go box if you'd like. And then lastly, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for the support that you give to our students. Thank you for your willingness to be here on this great evening. And thank you for giving generously this evening before you leave. Thank you so much, everyone.